What's going on, you guys? It's KP here, bringing you another boxing prediction. It's been a minute since I've done one of these. I've been really busy lately with work and school and yada yada yada, the same old excuses. I'm really just lazy and just don't feel like putting out videos half the time. But I figure we're about 6 days out from one of the biggest fights in the last decade, so I probably better put my input in there and tell you guys what I think is going to happen. This will be the Mayweather versus Canelo video, and someone just texted me. But let me just go right ahead and say that I am fully against the catchweight. I do not believe that this fight should be fought at 152. The reason being, one, I don't like catchweights to begin with, and two, there are title belts on the line. There are 3 titles, all of which are 154-pound titles, not 152-pound titles on the line. Do I believe that 2 pounds is going to make or break Canelo Alvarez? No. I think he'll be fine. Floyd's not even probably going to come in at 152. He's probably going to come in around 150 or 151. But still, it's just the principle. I think if you're going to fight for someone's title, you should fight at that weight class. The same goes for any fighter, not just Mayweather. Same goes for people like Manny Pacquiao. I was fully against him fighting Cotto at a catchweight and Margarito at a catchweight for titles. He shouldn't have actually won the titles. And so you have to take this fight with a grain of salt, because they're going to give the consensus 154-pound championship to the winner of this fight, even though it's not being fought at 154 pounds. That being said, let's get into the nitty-gritty. Let's get into the prediction. First off, I am going to be going with Floyd Mayweather in this fight by unanimous decision. Do I think this will be a lopsided fight, as a lot of people do? No, I do not. I believe this fight will be competitive. If Alvarez has improved his conditioning by any stretch, this fight will be very competitive. The only thing, there's a lot of reasons why I think Floyd's going to win, but the main reason I believe Floyd will win this fight is because of stamina. Sure, he's faster. Sure, he's more experienced. Sure, his defense is leaps and bounds better. But his most important attribute in this fight, I believe, is conditioning and stamina. Alvarez takes off portions of not just 1 or 2 rounds, but every round. He takes half of a round off sometimes. This is going to play into Mayweather's hands for 2 reasons. One, Mayweather actually will probably be the higher volume puncher in this fight, which is usually not the case. And B, the slower the pace is, the more it's going to favor Mayweather due to his faster reflexes and his faster hand speed and foot speed. If you give someone like Floyd time to counter you, time to set up his shots, time to get his timing down, you're up the deep end of shit creek. It's just not going to happen. Alvarez, everyone's saying he's going to put Mayweather to the ropes and just blast him with like 100 punches around. That is not how Canelo Alvarez fights, people. If you really watch him fight, he's more of a technical fighter than anything. He throws about the same number of punches as Floyd does around, if not less. He's not a volume guy. If he was a volume guy, he would actually have a better shot, in my opinion. If you throw single punches against Floyd, you're going to get countered over and over and over. That's what he wants. He essentially wants to slow the pace down and get you to pick your shots and worry about what's coming back, and then he's going to start picking you apart with pot shots and counter punches. The early rounds of this fight will be interesting just to see Alvarez's game plan. Is he going to try to? He could try to move and stay away from Floyd, kind of like he did against Shane Mosley. Do I think that will win him the fight? Hell no. Alvarez is much more effective when he's coming forward, not when he's going back and not when he's moving laterally. He needs to be cutting off the ring. If he is moving backwards against Floyd Mayweather, kiss the fight goodbye, Alvarez fans. Kiss it goodbye. He's not going to win. Floyd is not a bad fighter off of his front foot. Ask Shane Mosley. Ask Victor Ortiz. He's not. He doesn't have to be backing up to be an effective fighter. So what Canelo needs to do, he needs to use his jab liberally. He needs to get Floyd into corners, try to keep him near the ropes. If Floyd is in the center of the ring, he is going to be in control of every aspect of the fight. He has that much of a speed advantage. Alvarez is fast, but Mayweather is that next level of quickness. He's on that Manny Pacquiao, that Zab Judah, that Sergio Martinez level of quickness. He's just faster than everyone he fights. And Alvarez will be no different. Alvarez needs to impose his size. I don't mean he needs to bull rush Mayweather. I mean he needs to, behind a jab and behind smart feints, try to get Mayweather trapped. If you just try to bull rush Mayweather, you're going to run into his shoulder and you're going to eat an uppercut, you're going to eat a cross, you're going to eat counter punches, or you're just going to miss because you're going to get smothered. You can't get right up on Floyd. You have to have a little bit of space. Do I see Alvarez doing this? No. Just because of the pacing of the fight. I think Alvarez is going to fight a slow pace. I have no reason to believe otherwise. His past fights, he's taken off rounds. I think he's going to take off rounds in this fight. And every round he takes off is a round Mayweather's going to win. Mayweather doesn't take rounds off, guys. The last time he took rounds off was against Robert Guerrero, and that was after he pretty much broke his right hand. And he still won most of those rounds with one hand. And he already had the fight well in control. He won almost every round of that fight. Alvarez, also, I'm hearing a lot of people say his defense is like A+. It's not. It's good. It's solid. It's not a Floyd Mayweather type of defense. It's not a, Pernell Whitaker. It's not that kind of defense. I had a complete brain fart right there. But it's good. It'll, against most opponents, it'll do. But I saw Shane Mosley touching him up. I saw Jose Zito Lopez touching him up. If you don't think Floyd Mayweather can touch him up, you're kidding yourself. Floyd Mayweather's probably the most accurate puncher in the sport. So, I mean, I want this fight to be competitive. I think it's going to be a good fight, but I think Mayweather will win it clearly. I think he's going to win this fight by several rounds. I don't see it being a 7-5 type fight. More along the range of an 8-4 or a 9 rounds to 3. But don't get me wrong, Canelo's going to win some rounds just because the crowd's going to be on his side. That's one thing he does have going for him. The judges could be swayed to give him a few rounds, but unless they are paid off, Mayweather should put on enough of a clinic to win this fight. He has the superior reflexes, superior overall speed. He's the more accurate puncher, the better defender, the more experienced fighter. Alvarez has 42 fights, but most of those are against bums. I mean, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you guys. He's fought a lot of bums. Mayweather has fought a lot more stiff competition than Alvarez has. I don't want to let this video go on too long. I kind of want to get my Matthyse Garcia prediction out. I guess I could just combine them into one. Let's just go ahead and do that. So I'm going to take Mayweather by unanimous decision. I think it'll be semi-close, but not edge of your seat close. I think he wins the majority of the rounds. Let's go ahead and talk about my, this is the most interesting fight on the card to me, is the Matthyse and Danny Garcia fight. You have two absolute dynamite punchers with limited defenses getting in the ring against each other. How can you not love this fight? It's going to be a war. I guarantee you this. If Danny Garcia tries to box, he's going to get lured into a firefight. This fight will not be a boring fight, people. This is going to be World War III. These guys are going to duke it out. I don't have a lot to say on the strategy end of this because I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of strategy in this fight. I think it's really going to come down to who's the bigger puncher, who can take more punishment, and who can just be standing at the end of it all. And if I had to put my money on it, I would bet on Lucas Matthyse. I've seen him fight very good competition. Very good. I thought he beat Devin Alexander. The Zab Judah fight was close. I'd have to go back and watch it to be for sure, but I think he won that fight as well, in my opinion. The Devin Alexander fight, I definitely thought he won that one. He got jobbed in Alexander's hometown. Danny Garcia, what's the best fighter on his resume? Amir Khan. How much are you going to put into that fight? Because Amir Khan's chin is shaky, but Amir Khan was dominating that fight until he got hit with that one shot. Can you say it was a lucky shot? You can say it was a lucky shot. So how much can you really put into it? His other two best are Zab Judah and Eric Morales. Twice. Eric Morales is nowhere near his prime. Zab Judah's closer to his prime than Eric Morales is, and Zab Judah's not even in his prime. Eric Morales should have retired years ago. He should have retired after that first Pacquiao fight. I don't really give him credit for those. Danny Garcia, a good fighter, but I don't think he has fought the same kind of level of competition that Lucas Matthyse is. And there are some people saying that Lucas Matthyse has never fought anyone as good as Danny Garcia. Are you fucking kidding me? Devin Alexander is in my top 10 pound for pound list. That guy is a fucking animal. Devin Alexander only has on his record, I think, 2 losses. I think it's technically only 1 loss to Tim Bradley. Tim Bradley's on my top 10 pound for pound list. Matthyse has been through the gauntlet at 140. So I really don't see an edge I can give to Danny Garcia here. Yes, he has a big left hook. Yes, he has power. Yes, he has heart. Yes, he has a chin. Matthyse has all those things, but Matthyse is the harder puncher in my opinion. So the reason I'll be going with Lucas Matthyse, and I think he's going to win it by knockout. I don't know which round. This is one of those fights that I'm not 100% sure about, like which round, like how long it's going to go. It could be over in 2 or 3 rounds. It could be a war until about the 9th or 10th round. I'll just settle and say somewhere in the middle round, 6, 7, 8. Matthyse just breaks him down and beats him up and gets him out of there. But make no mistake, this fight is well worth the money. I mean, I think it's going to be $70 for this card. You're getting that fight and a mega fight between Mayweather and Canelo. This is one of the best cards I've ever seen for boxing. Especially with like a Mayweather card. Usually his undercards are kind of crap. So let me know what you guys think below. Sorry again that I haven't been uploading videos. It's not that I don't want to. It's just I would rather record them on my other computer, which is a lot faster. This computer is the only one I have any movie editing software on, and it's kind of slow because it's pretty old. So if I ever do wind up getting a webcam on my other computer, expect a larger volume of videos. Let me know what you guys think below. Leave comments, subscribe if you haven't already, and if you enjoyed the video, give it a little thumbs up or whatever, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.